Breaking news in college football. Michigan has fired head football coach Sherrone Moore for cause. The school said that an investigation found that Moore had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
They call S1's wife in Ann Arbor saying that the subject is suicidal.
Us will be the downfall of a lot of you guys, bro.
This is not the person that should be having to take on this. I'm telling you that right now. This is not it. Sherrone Moore just got fired, but it's two sides of the story. Let's get into the second part right now. This shit is mind-blowing, all right?
The head coach of Michigan football is an idiot. I didn't know God made people this stupid. I honestly didn't know God made people this stupid. This is the Shannon Sharp situation all over again. Shannon Sharp 2.0. How do y'all continue to allow yourselves to get finessed and tricked out of millions of dollars by college scallywags? Sherrone Moore was given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity by Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh was the head football coach of Michigan. However, he got an NFL gig. So while leaving to go take the NFL head coaching job, he personally handpicked Sherrone to take over for him because he believed in Sherrone. He believed that he could be the man for the job. And, he told the university that they should honor his request and make Sherrone the head coach. Despite being a married man with 2 daughters, he decided the first thing he was going to do with his new opportunity was to throw it all away by getting involved with an executive assistant. This was a clear and flagrant violation and mistake for obvious reasons. One of the biggest reasons being she was literally his employee and he had influence over her salary. Due to the clear and obvious imbalance of the power dynamics at play here, no matter how much this chick consent, she would always be viewed as the victim. And forget about how you put the school at risk of a possible lawsuit. Think about yourself. Think about how vulnerable the position you put yourself in. No matter how much this chick consents, no matter how much she tells you she loves you, she can wake up one day and claim victimhood and take you for everything you got because you were her boss and you was in charge of how much she was getting paid. She was benefiting more than he was. Now, I don't know how crazy her sloppy toppy was or, like how crazy the box was, but this chick was taking his due to the cleanest, man. All right, so if you look at her salary when John Harbaugh was there, Jim Harbaugh, I should say, she was making $58,000, right? She had a 0% increase for the 2023 year. But when he took over, when he became the head coach, she jumped 55% in 1 year. She went from 50.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That is crazy. So not only did you lose your job, 6.1 million, 10-year contract, your wife, possibly, your wife, everything, bro. And you was paying? Yeah, listen, man. I'm not the biggest Dr. Umar fan. But let me tell you something, man. He be having a point when he speak about us playing in the snow just a little too much. Your type is your type. Your type is your type. I'm not here to judge. You know what I'm saying? I love white women. But if you got so much at stake, you are her boss. Like, this shit just makes no sense. It just makes no sense, honestly. Because, like he said, at any given time, she could play victim and you're done. Now, did she do that? No. But she didn't even need to. You got her pregnant. And then after all of this, you would think that somebody says, all right, let me think about myself. Let me introspect. Let me go somewhere, bite the bullet, take accountability. Let me get right, bounce back, go to another school. What do? You're not going to believe what he did because what he did after all of this is crazy.
$58,000 to $90,000 in a year. 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 $58,000 to $90,000 whatever box she was giving him, whatever sloppy toppy she was giving this dude, bruh, it was clearly worth it, man, because this dude lost his mind. You couldn't make it more obvious, man. What job duties was this chick doing that warranted a 55% increase in her pay scale? But this dude was getting so comfortable and so relaxed, he was feeling like a king on campus, that he began to be in an open with this. Like, he was no longer hiding it. Like, kids was literally sending pictures to each other of this dude and her, like, walking seemingly romantically all across campus. Bro was too comfortable, man. Chilling out in public, right? Now, apparently this person says that they sent this photo of Sherrone Moore walking past their house on campus April 16th of 2024. So this apparently been a thing. I've seen a couple of old tweets where people was like, no, I seen an old tweet from a month ago where somebody was saying, yo, Sherrone Moore has been cheating on his wife with his executive assistant. So this was already bubbling on campus. Now, him being sloppy, him being careless, finally caught up to him. Because he was ultimately fired yesterday. But instead of taking his firing, right, with some type of integrity and principles, because you know you did wrong, all right, he decided he was going to fully crash out.
Breaking news in college football. Michigan has fired head football coach Sherrone Moore for cause. The school said that an investigation found that Moore had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore had been suspended for 3 games and given a 2-year show cause order for his part in the school's scouting and sign stealing scandal just a few years ago. Senior college football writer Pete Thamel is all over this story and joins us now. What details do you have about this investigation and which led to this firing?
Yeah, Kevin, this is something that's been percolating at Michigan for the last couple weeks. There was initial flurry of speculation and an early investigation that died down toward the end of the regular season. There had been a lot of uneasiness on the Michigan staff. Sources had told me Sherrone Moore had been acting strange, berating assistant coaches, not acting in a normal way. Things had quieted within the last couple weeks and obviously percolated back up within the last week. And look, I've been around this for a long time. It is rare that you get a statement like the one Michigan had, being as explicit as they are, saying it was an inappropriate relationship with a staff member that led to Sherrone Moore's firing. He would have been owed, Kevin, more than $12 million on the 3 years remaining on his initial contract. Michigan will not pay him that money as they're firing him for cause.
All right, Moore was the team's former offensive coordinator, was promoted to the top job after Jim Harbaugh left following the 2023 National Championship. They're getting ready for a bowl game against Texas in the Citrus Bowl. What's going to be the next move here for Michigan, especially after so many top jobs have been filled around the country?
I don't know what's between the legs of those 20 to 23-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed college white girls. But it got to be something magical, man, because these niggas keep crashing out over it, bruh. He lost $13 million?
Damn.
$13 million?
I thought it was 10. 13? 13? That's crazy. I'm not losing shit. Damn.
Because you wanted to mess with, huh? I don't know, bruh. The crime don't fit the punishment, man. All right, all right. Now listen, fam, yo, if you had to take a once-in-a-lifetime chance, man, because this chick was just so bad, you just had to, cool. And even that, it's still not worth it. But you lost $13 million for the opportunity to crack a 5. Crazy. Now, this is the time where he's supposed to take it on the chin, go back home, work it out with his wife, and self-reflect and try to get back on his feet and find other opportunities. But
that's the logical thing.
Instead, he went out for vengeance and blood.
Well, a surprising firing and a shocking arrest at the same time, rocking the world of college sports this morning. The University of Michigan dismissing football coach Sherrone Moore on Wednesday, only for him to be arrested and booked in a county jail. This was hours later. News Nation's Ryan Bass tracking this one for us. So, Ryan, quite a whirlwind in the past few hours. What are you learning about Moore's termination? and this investigation underway now.
Yeah, this escalated rather quickly last night, Kelly. I mean, Moore was fired by the university and then hours later was detained. Now, the university is saying that he was dismissed after an investigation found that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, which led to his dismissal. In terms of his arrest, we're still getting some details that are trickling in, but in terms of police, they have arrested Moore. And it's unclear if that is connected to his firing. The incident happened about 30 minutes before Michigan announced his dismissal. Jail records show the 39-year-old was booked yesterday evening, but don't list charges or a court date just yet. Pittsfield Township Police, without naming Moore, said they responded to an alleged assault and took one person into custody. Now, Michigan's athletic director said that Moore was terminated after an internal investigation found, quote, credible evidence that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, a clear violation of university policy. He added this.
Here's what happened, okay? So after he got fired, after it became perfectly clear he then lost his $13 million, instead of taking accountability, he decided he was going to blame everything on the executive assistant. Because essentially, it was kind of her fault that they got caught, okay? So Michigan did their investigation once tips came in. They found no wrongdoing. They didn't find any proof of inappropriate relationship between Paige and Sherrone Moore. Now, I'm sure that was a lie. I'm sure Michigan found proof, but they wanted to sweep it under the rug instead of addressing a scandal that was on campus. So they swept it under the rug. However, Paige apparently got pregnant, and Paige told Sherrone that she was pregnant. And Sherrone been trying to get Paige to get rid of it. However, Paige did not want to get rid of it because why would you abort the baby of a man who is due $13 million, right? As a broke college student. Well, we're not really broke. She's making $90,000, but still, like, as a man, it ain't $13 million. So why would you abort it? So because she refused to abort it, Sherrone been stalking her, been harassing her, been trying to get her to abort it. So eventually, an anonymous tip came in to Michigan, letting Michigan know, hey, yo, Paige is pregnant. Once they got that tip, they could no longer ignore it. They could no longer sweep it under the rug because if this chick is pregnant, this is going to be a bigger situation. So ultimately, that was the catalyst for him getting fired. He now blames her and believes that she's the one who tipped off the university and let them know that she's pregnant. So after he got fired, he popped up to her crib. Apparently, he popped up to her crib with a knife. And he put the knife to her throat and his throat, and he was threatening to do things to her. But ultimately, he never did it. He ultimately left and went to a church where apparently he was going to do something very harmful to himself. However, the wife got wind of this, called the police, and the police was able to go ahead and go to the church and get him.
561-553 for domestic. Subject just called the caller, told her there's a male at the location and the house attacking her. The state's been stalking her for months. For the Pittsfield unit's reference to domestic, we just get a call from S1's wife in Ann Arbor saying that the subject is suicidal, reference losing his job today.
Suicidal.
Lust will be the downfall of a lot of you guys, bruh. You got to learn how to control your lust. At some point in your life, you got to learn how to control your lust, especially when you're in a position of power. When you have power,
Yo, that's like sanity issues, though. That's lustful, but it's really something wrong with your mental. It is really something wrong with your mental, for real. Like, for you to show up at her crib with a knife, if this is true, show up at her crib with a knife, threaten to do something to you both, and then leave and you about to off yourself, it's something else going on. You know what I'm saying? That's really mental health issues. Because this is crazy. He really pulled the OJ. He really tried to pull the OJ. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got OJ money. You know what I mean? It's just stupid, bro. Like, it's just really stupid.
have everything to lose. When you are the breadwinner, when you have a lot of people counting on you, not just those children he recruited to the school, not just those football players, Not just the parents who he looked in their eyes and promised to take care of their kids when they come to campus, but he had his own family counting on him. He probably paid his mama bills, his daddy bills, his family bills. He probably take care of everyone in his family. He's probably a first-generation millionaire in his family. And he threw that all away for some coochie. Think about the worst thing you've ever done for some coochie. Think about it. Think about the furthest you've traveled. Yo, I know some people who say, yo, they done travel 12, 13 hours for some coochie, bruh. Now take away coochie and replace coochie with temporary satisfaction. You think you would do the same thing you did for coochie for no. If I tell you, hey, bro, travel 13 hours for some cheesecake. If I tell you travel 13 hours for $500, you probably say, man, F on my face, bro. Hell no. Nah. But the value we place on coochie,
but if you gonna get some
absurd.
coochie, you gonna get some coochie.
The coochie of a average middle of the pack Michigan white girl.
Blah blah blah. And I can imagine.
This is not the this is not the person that should be having to take on this. I'm telling you that right now. This is not it. This is not it.
6-7 months ago, I went through something very similar, so I know what that storm is like.
Yes, sir.
And unless you've been in it, that's why when people say, "This is what I would do," you don't know what you would do until you in it, until you in that pressure cooker, until you in the eye of the storm.
Yes, sir.
Until you in. Ocho, you and I have had a conversation, so
Yes, sir.
I know. To be in that storm, and
Crazy.
to know everybody know everything that you worked your entire life for. You feel it like it's crumbling right before your eyes.
You gone.
You shouldn't never be in a storm in the first place. That's the thing. That's why I love that I learn from other people's successes and other people's failures. I feel like that's one of my greatest assets. I don't have to go through most things that my friends went through or people before me that went through. Because one thing that I know is that as soon as you become aware of it, and you don't do nothing about it, you're wrong. You are totally wrong. So if I'm in the football industry, you know what I'm saying? If I'm coaching, if I'm playing, whatever it may be, and I done seen, and it don't even have to be in sports. If I done seen black men in a snap of a fingers just lose everything over a 22, 23-year-old white woman, why in the world would I even put myself in that situation? Trust is hard to get from me. When you meet me, you already in a negative, regardless of who you are. But I'm treating white women the same way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I got some bread on me. 13 mil? I'm treating white women the same way. You in a negative. You negative 50. It's going to take you some years to even get to zero. And even at that point, it's going to take you some more years to get to the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. But trust is very hard to come by with me. I'm telling you. And I just feel like you have to be able to control yourself. A lot of people get a big head and start thinking with this head. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, and it really shows your character, your morals, your ethics, everything. Because he had a wife at home with 2 kids. And now you in an orange jumpsuit. Not even because you lost your job or anything. At least you could have just disappeared. Nobody know where you at. Took the L. The best way to get over something in social media's eyes, I swear to God, I feel, and I'm gonna stand by this, is to accept it. Is to accept it or jump in front of it. Like wait before it even, you know what I mean? That's it. Something hits you blindsided, boom, jump right in front of it. Have the hard conversation real fast. Because the way that society moves nowadays, it's gonna be so much more articles, so much more stuff coming out that's not related to you, that over time, it's going to die down. And then you're gonna be able to do whatever you need to do. And whoever messes with you is gonna mess with you. That's the thing. Like you're not that important. It's when you think you that important that you get all the attention that you really, really want. You're not that important. Just jump right in front of it. Jump right in front of it. You fucked up. You made your bed. Lay in it. Got shorty pregnant. All right, bet. You gotta bite your bullet. It's like being in the streets. You can't get mad because you got caught. You knew what you was doing. You knew what you was doing, and you can't tell somebody not to have. I'm talking like you can't tell a woman not to have no baby, bro. That is her body at the end of the day. Yeah, y'all went 50-50, but that is her body. What are you really going to do? Think about it. What are you really going to do unless you really ready to be where you at right now? In jail. What are you really gonna do if you and the person that you got pregnant is disagreeing whether y'all gonna have the baby or not? What are you gonna do? Nothing, bro.
Yeah. And the only people that's gonna be there, the only, is gonna be a select few.
It's a sad situation all around. I can't say I feel sorry for him because I don't. But it's a sad situation all around, man. It's a sad one. The only people like Sherrone should have been concerned with was his family and his wife. Those are the only two people he should have been concerned with. My father always told me this, man. He asked me, hey, yo, when you pass away, who's going to bury you? Well, obviously, like, my family's going to bury me. Okay, cool. Who's going to be a pallbearer? Well, obviously, my select few friends, and, I'll name them. And he says, okay, cool. So these are going to be the only people who see you on your way out of Earth. These are going to be the people who take care of you and see you on your way off the planet into your maker. So if these are going to be the only people who see you on your way out, then why do you concern yourself with the opinions of people who won't even realize you're gone when you're gone? Shouldn't the only people you aim to please be the people who you know are going to see you on your way out? You spend your life searching for validations and things that won't even notice you when you're gone. In the case of Sherrone, you think, this little college chick that he was smashing, bro, you think that she give a damn about him? His concern should have been his family, right? When it's all said and done, when Sherrone lost it all, you know who still picked up that phone and called the police to make sure they go get Sherrone and make sure he's safe? Was his wife. But he left her at home to go creep with his executive assistant and go creep with a girl who cost him everything. To go creep with a girl who made that call, submitted that tip, and cost him everything.
No, see, now that's some real shit, right? That's real game. That's real game. W pops for that. That's real game. And I can only imagine how much people is living in a delusion that they're so important to everybody. Everybody. Everything is related to everything. I cut my hair not too long ago, right? Went bald, right? And when I first cut my hair, it's like, yo, for like the first day or two, I'm like, damn, people gonna be saying this about me. People gonna be saying that about me out of this and that. The first time I had a chick over, or the first time somebody seen me, probably heard like a joke or two. But it was sad to realize that I'm not that important. It was like, look at this little funny ass. But it wasn't nothing to what I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, oh, okay, if you mess with me, you mess with me. If you don't, okay. But what I'm trying to say is there's so many people, celebrities, athletes, coaches, in any profession that you're in where you're getting a lot of attention, where you really think that like these people are going to bed and wondering what you're doing. He made a perfect point. There's only a select few people that's going to keep you in their heart unconditionally. Unconditionally. We don't get unconditional love often, especially for black men. Sometimes we only get it from our mother, and sometimes we don't even get it from them. Everything down here is conditional. Most things down here are conditional, especially when you think about the relationships in which you and what people expect from you and what you expect from them. It's okay to be used. That's all we're doing, but don't misuse me. And 9 times out of 10, only when you're benefiting somebody is when you're useful to them. Raise her shit by like 50,000, 55%. As soon as you got her pregnant, you started to move different. You wasn't beneficial no more. You wasn't doing what you needed to do. As soon as you stop stimulating that part in her mind, what does she do? Call the campus. But listen, man, I don't know. Y'all drop it in the comments, man, because I know I'm yapping right now. Like for the algorithm, subscribe for your boy, Wabbledy Dabbledy. It costs nothing to show love. Just a click of the button. Go ahead, subscribe, y'all. We trying to get to 500 subscribers. Right now, we at about 200 right now. I think we just reached 200. So congratulations on that. Thank y'all for everybody that's supporting your boy in this short amount of time, man, because we doubled within like the last 2 or 3 days. So I must be doing something right, you know what I'm saying? But needless to say, I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.